Hi, welcome back, everybody. I see that the tables have become a bit leaner on that side. So if people don't take up that space, please feel free to come ahead. For those who are sitting at the back, please continue to come ahead. All right? Feeling refreshed? Is everybody with me? All right, very good. So welcome back to this half after the coffee break. And we're moving into session number 4, which is about unfolding the health and wellness revolution, something that's very critical in our region today, particularly because of the health issues that we are seeing. And our speaker of honor is Mr. Andrey Dvoychenkov, if I have pronounced that correctly. He's the managing director of the Arabian Peninsula and Pakistan from Nielsen. Can I welcome Mr. Andrey on stage, please?
You actually was absolutely correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I do believe it's lunchtime, but we still have people. And I do believe that a discussion about the food would not make you even more hungry, but at least we will try to a little bit of cover you need, I hope. Subject, as you realized, of my presentation is about health and wellness. And we put here the wording about the revolution. But how I look at this one, I'm not sure that it's a revolution. This trend is continue to going and developing across many countries around the world. And I would say the main question is why? Why health and well-being is such of the important in current reality? As you could see here, we put certain of the concern which consumers raising now. And this concern is related to the health. If you look at the years back, across 106 countries which we are covering, generally economy was the biggest and main concern from these years past. Second concern from time to time was about job, or it was about work-life balance. But what we see during the last 5-6 quarters, constantly to health. And I think all of us asking the question, why it's a health? And what does it mean, health? Are we starting unhealthy? And we're trying to find a way how to sort it out, this issue. It's true, yes. The level of obesity, and we will talk later on about this one, is growing. And in our region, it's much higher than around the world. But also, this trend of the health, of look after yourself, growing because of some other indicators. Those indicators not only related to the physical health, but also your mood, how you are socializing with your friends and around the community. Therefore, today we exactly would like to cover those topics. Where are those triggers which can help us from the product, from the consumer perspective, to catch the trend? Because it's quite fast, and later on you will understand this. I think previous speaker already mentioned about this one, that all of us seen a lot of those abbreviations, a lot of those names on the products, on TV, everywhere. We're hearing them. But do we believe that consumers understand them? And second question, do we believe that we are targeting them in the right way? Do we believe that we're communicating them about those certain of abbreviation? And the last question, which is, I would say, maybe even more interesting, do they really need to know about this one? Or maybe they don't. And I will start my presentation from some number, and it's more for me like a paradox. 79% of consumers actively make dietary choices. Of course, to prevent certain of the health conditions. But at the same time, less than half claiming that they need fully meat. And this is I would say, certain of paradox, but I would like us more focus on opportunities from this paradox. They need us. They're asking about the help. And certainly we are trying very hard, and later on you will see more and more numbers in a sense of how market reacting on this trend. But I'm not sure that we're explaining them or we're giving them enough information about what we're trying to do. We in a company summarize all of those triggers and themes of health and well-being trend. And on the top of this one, you can see health that shows. And as I mentioned, it's not about physical health. It's more beyond of this one. But still, if you look at our region, up to 95% of consumers claiming that they have a concern, huge concern about obesity. And also about some healthy skin issues. 95%. If you look at more target group, as a women, up to 60 of them saying that they have a concern about the weight. They feel that overweighted. Up to 40% of the women consumers saying that they have an issue with the high level of the cholesterol. And also the issue with the losing the hair and certain of our other issues with the skin. And you see that this is here, and this issue exists. But I do believe that we need to a little bit of speed up in a sense of helping them. Because they open, and I think this is one of the most important things, they open and transparent, sharing those concerns with us. Value for the natural. Again, we did speak a lot about this one in previous sessions, I'm sure. But that one is not only about organic. It's much more beyond and above of this one. Innovations and healthy indulgence, where I'm on a diet. But I want a chocolate. I want to have this experience still. Doesn't matter that I'm on a diet. How you can come with certain proposition in order to feed this demand? This is the question which we have to ask ourselves. Again, a little bit of more numbers. I already mentioned about obesity. As you can see, it's growing around the world, as in some of our countries. And also the percentage of the population which is claiming this as a concern is quite high. But it's growing. If you can see in a sense of how many people claiming that they have an issue with the weight, again, it's around half, and we are more or less close to the world, to the global index. But you see that it's very interesting, actually, indicator that more people wants to lose the weight. Even though they don't have a concern, but they want to lose the weight. And you will ask, why? How? Because people want to look pretty, beauty, to be on this trend, lose the weight, to gain the muscles, to get a shape. This is where we are talking about. This is what they're trying to do. And I think those actions also helping us to feed the demand with the products which we talk later on about. As you realize, and as I mentioned, they are trying to lose the weight, they make the exercise obvious. But at the same time, they're trying to make some change in a sense of the diet, what they eat. And as again, it's more or less common. Low fat, low sugar. But it's not as simple for them, just imagine. It's not like 3 things you do and you are great. You are healthy, you're well-being and things fine, you're happy. It's much more beyond of this one. Again, we did speak about the labeling, and this is what our consumers telling us. We need transparency. We need clear labels on the products which we're buying. Please don't overcomplicate what is happening here. And it's not 20% of them who is telling us. Majority of them asking us, please help. Of course, they want products with the labels which is clearly stated that there is no certain of the artificial ingredients, artificial colors, hormones, antibiotics, and so on. But also, what else they want? They want simplicity. Don't put everything, and I think we discussed, again, previous speaker was very interested in this point of view with regard to banana example. Don't put everything. They need certain of not more than 10 ingredients and understand that this is what I need. Guide them. One of the recent example of consumer research which was conducted by our company in US, we actually asked around 20,000 respondents with regard to their knowledge in a sense of the protein contained in the different categories. Majority of them mentioned that peanut butter has a really high level of protein, which is in reality not. Only 20% of them responded towards to their shrimps as the middle or low level of protein, which is again not true. If you go further, majority of them even haven't recognized that cottage cheese has the highest level of protein. And more funny, and I think it's a bit of maybe sad for us, none of them even think about that beef or chicken have a high level of the protein. And is it like because we are not teaching them? No, we're trying hard. We put a lot of the information on the packaging. But they're completely confused. They don't understand. And they're asking us to help. Going further, when we're thinking about product which is natural, organic, and certainly having the healthy benefits, we do believe that possibly, yes, we'll do it, great, and would be no sugar, there would be nothing, just everything going to be healthy. But they don't need healthy only. Taste is matter. They want to treat sometimes themselves. They want to just get some experience, similar experience. And I think you're aware, even some companies, which is in the past, still considered as the companies which is certainly influence on a health of the consumers when you consume the products, for instance, tobacco industry, they even think about this trend in a sense of how to make it less harmful. I mentioned a little bit about the different options of the chocolate, and later on I will show the real example. Taste is matter. Of course, they wish that all of the ingredients were natural on the shelf. And last but not least, and I think this is very important, because sometimes what I believe that when you're trying to launch something new with the additional benefits, healthy benefits, organic benefits, natural benefits, we don't think like, okay, what is the price is about? They're willing to pay more, but also it has to be the balance. It couldn't be completely disbalanced if we launch in the certain of product within the category which have those benefits, healthy benefits, and cost 20 times more than average price within this category. They're willing to pay more, but they're willing to pay more which is certainly beyond or not above of their wallet. Coming further with the real examples from our market, this is the chips or crisps, depends on which country you are, you will call it. But baked and kettle cooked chips. They show the great potential, growing by 9%. Yes, base is low. Of course, share is still low, but we see the growth which is above of the category. And they priced higher versus average price within the category. And consumers still like it. Going further, and today we also seen the examples of plant-based milk. Again, this type of the segment growing around double digit. And a long life milk, like cow milk, grew only 4% versus last year. Again, segment is not as big as their mass milk segment, but showing a positive dynamic. Because this particular type of the milk covering certain needs of the consumer. And again, they're ready, maybe to pay a little bit more, but to get this. Going further, a couple of more examples. This is the pasta option. Generally, like if you ask someone, all right, you on a diet, okay, you just do diet, making some choices. And yes, I am, but I'm eating pasta. And you said, okay, but pasta is not something which is, maybe good for the diet. But again, manufacturers in this category, they're responding on those needs. And you see, once again, there is certain of the growth coming from this one. Again, base is lower. But it's just building up. Trend is there. And it's building up fast. One of the last example, it's about organic type of the food for our kids, Ella's Kitchen. During the last 3 years, literally doubled the share within this organic type of baby food segment. Again, this is another example how the product with specific needs can cover the demand of the consumers. All right. We did speak a lot about the communication. And I truly believe that it's one of the key channels and how we need to use, if you want, which we need to use in order to target certain of stream of this health and well-being trend. In the past, if you wanted to get some diet list of products which you want or don't want to eat, you are coming to the hospital, to the doctor, to the dietologist, and you get in this one in. And you see trend is changing. We call it Dr. Google and Dr. YouTube, where people literally, and you see the trend in the bottom, 52% in 2014 and 32% in 2016. They're using more those type of the platforms in order to get information about the products, in order to build a diet for themselves, to talk to the certain of the dietologists, to talk to a lot of the bloggers. Again, I put it from the right side. Some of the companies, again, quite successfully trying to target this health and well-being trend by giving consumer a toy, or by other way, let's call it application, which you can use and you can go, you can scan certain of the code on a product, and you will get the whole information. And after, of course, those manufacturers can target you, and they're targeting those consumers in a sense of what they need and what they want. And it's already here. It's not something which is gonna come. It's coming. It's already here. Some fitness challenge. We have this fitness challenge in Dubai, as you know, but those type of the fitness challenge exist around the world. First of all, it's starting from the competition between 10 people, 100 people, and after it's going to 1,000, 100, covering like more than one country. And some of them very successful, which is still going. At least I know one which was established in Russia around 3 years ago, and constantly going like every single month, covering a lot of the countries. around. And people like it. They enjoy it. They enjoy the competition. They enjoy to be part of this healthy trend. You couldn't imagine they come into the bar or to the restaurant or to some place to tip chat, and they're talking about this. It's a whole trend. It's already here. It's not revolution. And I would like maybe to sum up a couple of things, because I know that I'm limited by time. 4 simple things. Of course, they are not so simple to execute. I know. But I think we can try more in this direction. Better understand consumers, what their needs are, what they're looking for. Target them accordingly. It's not only about all natural. It's about good taste. It's about convenience. Just imagine, all of us, I'm sure, going to the different type of the business trips. And you couldn't just follow your diet on every single day. But if I have certain of the products which is easy to consume and I can take it with me and I can plan it, it can help me. And I think you've heard this word help already many times today. And what is the important? They're ready to pay if you have a right proposition. Communication, I did speak a lot about this one. Again, this is the point, and I think it's a weak point. This is where we have a much bigger chance to communicate. If you go to the shelf, if you go to the retail, or modern trade, or whatever type of the chain, and you see this organic shelf, which is quite big, quite full of the products. But we need to help customers or consumers to understand what is this. I have needs, but let's talk to them, let's communicate, let's build it up. Because I truly believe that communication without this type of the product have to be different towards to the mass segment is in a way how we did it before. And last but not least, innovation. And again, innovation could be on a different way within these products. And I think there are a lot of categories which we even couldn't imagine, which is maybe, look, okay, how you can make healthy in this category, how you can launch the healthy products in this category. Yes, you can. But let's understand the needs first. And last but not least, it's like a bit of fun, which I found recently. To be healthy, you need to eat right, exercise, and post about it every day on social media. Thank you very much. If there is any questions, I don't know if you have time.